Greetings YouTubers, welcome back to Zone 5 Models. Just a short update video. What I've been doing, I've not been doing any build videos or anything, and a couple of things that I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to update on haven't materialized. Sorry about the light, the sun's absolutely streaming through today. So as you can see, I got a whole bunch of paints. I did a review of some, in fact, I did a review of this stuff, SMS Scale Model Supply Surfacer Black, their primer. Really like this stuff. Sprayed it on some palm trees that I was doing for a diorama, and this stuff's awesome. I really liked it. I had hoped to have got hold of Mr. Paint MRPs, but unfortunately, one, nobody stocks them in New Zealand, and two, they can't be imported for whatever reason, which seems strange when, you know, I got these from Australia, and as far as I can tell, they're same or similar type of paint, lacquer-based paint. Got these from Australia, no problem. Or I got this one, as well as the beginner's paint set. Managed to get that from Australia, no problem. So I don't understand why MRP paint can't be imported. But just to make things easier, I actually managed to find a supplier in New Zealand for SMS products, and I've seen them on the title picture there, Franklin Hobbies, down up in Pocono, just near Auckland. They stock everything. As far as I can tell, they stock everything from SMS, all their airbrushes, sanders, everything, because I bought some of their sanders and paintbrushes. So I went ahead and bought a whole whack of paints, really, for a couple of projects that I want to do. I bought quite a few of the RLM colours for doing this kit. This is a Edward twin pack for the BF109. It's got the E and G, I believe it's the G6 in here. I'm not an expert on 109, so you know, to me they look the same, but hey, they're pretty cool. So I bought the RLM paints to do that, and I also bought some gunship greys and stuff for a couple of F15 builds that I want to do. I got some decals that are on the way for a desert scheme aggressor type thing, and I'm going to be eventually hoping, maybe in the new year, doing a 32nd scale F15 build for the new F15 SA. For the Americans are calling it the F15X. It's a variation of that aeroplane, but it's a test jet, so it's going to have bright orange panels on the fins and the wings. So that's why I bought a series of oranges and reds, so I can mix the correct colour. I wanted to get hold of International Orange and the specific FS number. I couldn't get it in these, but I've mixed the paint before, and it's about a 50-50 mix of orange and red. It's just a slightly off red, more orange than red kind of colour. So that's why I bought these. With every order that you get from SMS, you get a holographic sticker with their product on it. That's really cool. I've already got one of them stuck on my toolbox here. So really looking forward to using these. I've been using this Surfacer Black for a couple of things just lately, since my last video, one of my last videos, and it just works, you know. Even the whites, I haven't tried. There's a flat coat and a gloss coat in this pack. I haven't tried those yet. I'm not quite at that stage in any of my current projects for that, but I will be using them shortly. So I'll just clear this lot and I'll show you what else I've been up to. Okay, so one of my current projects, I've got several on the go at the moment. 32nd scale Kitty Hawk T6 Texan, or as we call it in New Zealand, the Harvard. This one's actually a commission build, and this one is in the markings of NZ1078. Got 78 down the side, bit of a clue. So this is one of several aircraft that we've got up at Ardmore that form the New Zealand Warbirds Association. We've got, I believe from last count, we've got about 6 or 7 up there. And I built one of these a couple of years ago now for the pilot that I mostly fly with. That was for NZ1065 with the it had a red checkerboard around the nose, and we've got aircraft that are in several different colours, and this is probably one of the most striking ones. It's in the trainer yellow, and it looks like an RAF scheme. It actually has the RAF roundels, but it is indeed an RNZAF airplane. It's changed schemes over the years, and this is its current one. So this is a commission for the one of the syndicate owners up there. So I've been building this off and on over the past couple of years, and now just finally getting into the final stages of building the thing. The construction of the kit, you know, given that I know the aeroplane, I've done some modifications in the cockpit to replicate its current configuration. And as far as markings go, they're a combination of some leftover markings I had from, there's actually 2 boxings of this. I had some leftover, mainly for the roundels, from a different boxing. So I used those, and then some aftermarket sheets, mainly for the lettering, the numbering on the sides, on the nose, got 78 on the nose, and for the registration number and the tail crest squadron marking. So that's coming along nicely. This I'm going to attempt to get this over the line in the coming week. I really need to get this done because it's been way too long in the making. So I want to get this done, ready for its owner. We're currently in a state of lockdown still because of the pandemic, and unfortunately Auckland as a district has been completely isolated from the rest of the country, so no one can get in or out of the region unless you've got a waiver for essential service. And of course I'm not. I live in Hamilton, which we're about an hour and a half to 2 hours south of the city, so I can't get up there to see the Warbirds group, which I'm a member of. So until restrictions are lifted, some restrictions have been lifted, even though cases are going up, and they're easing restrictions. That makes no sense to me at all. But until things start really easing and we've got our vaccination rates up and you know those infection rates come down, I can't get up to deliver this to the customer. But I want to have it ready so that, you know, come that time it'll be good to go. So right, I'll show you what next I've been up to. What can I say about this kit? The Revell 48 scale Tornado F3, like its other boxings for the IDS and the GR4, this is not a shake and bake kit at all. I've been following videos, build videos of other people, and rule of thumb is don't follow the instructions, because this thing does not go together in 5 minutes. You have to work at it a little bit at a time, and yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. So far what I've done is most of this is actually just taped up. I've got the bottom fuselage, and in this instance I'm going to be doing wheels up. That's why it's mounted on this display stand. The stand is from a 32nd scale P51 Mustang, the Tamiya kit, and the plug fits nicely with a drilled hole in the bottom. There's a plug that goes inside, and then I can screw in from the underside the display stand. So I managed to fair in the landing gear doors. They actually, with a bit of work, they actually fit in really nice. Same with the nose gear doors, and then the intakes. I kind of like the approach that Revell have taken with this, where the intake is a solid brick basically inside, which forms the structure, because on top of that you have to put the wings and the wing pivot points, and everything is supported by that intake system. In fact, I can probably just show you just quickly here. It's all just taped together. So as you can see there, that's the intake trunking inside there. We've got the wing pivots mounted to it. I've put a bit of weight in the back because this was actually sitting nose low, and I want it slightly nose high as if it's climbing. You know, it's a nice approach that everything clamps to that intake trunking. And then I've put the intake sides, or the inner sides, onto this top face so that it actually hooks in, and you can get a better joint doing it that way. So as I said, basically rule of thumb is don't follow the instructions, and my instructions are full of notes that I've made from other builds so that I don't run into the same issues that have been found when people started initially building this kit. So I've already built the wings. I've also built the tail fin. That's ready to go on. That needs a bit of work, just finishing off on the leading edge. That's about it for that. That's as far as I've got with it. Something I did was the lower plate, basically the lower part of the fuselage, in areas is quite thin, particularly around the gear doors and stuff. So what I did was I sprayed a coat of Alclad black primer. Now, I've hardly used this stuff. It's their gloss primer, mainly to be used under if you're going to be spraying metallics. But this stuff it takes ages to dry, absolutely ages. I left it for 24 hours and it was still tacky. I mean, I wasn't going to be spraying it. All I wanted to do was just to give it a black base so that it wasn't, the plastic wasn't quite as opaque. But it took ages to dry, and you know, thank goodness I wasn't actually going to be using it in the way it was intended to, because I'd never get anything done with it. So yeah, I don't think I'll be using that in any particular quantity later on. But anyway, I'll leave the tornado at that. Let's move on. Okay, last but not least, this is my last project that I've been working on. So currently I've got 3, soon to be 4 projects on the go. But so this is Artillery's 48 scale A10C Thunderbolt, or the Hog, which way you want to call it. Quite a nice kit actually. I was quite surprised when I opened the box, and just quite a size as well. I was quite surprised to see something this big and wide, you know. So far, I mean, most of this is just dry fit. I've sprayed up the cockpit. The cockpit tub sits on a plate which has the landing gear bay on it, and then that just goes up from the bottom and forms your cockpit. Surface details quite nice. It's got plenty of rivets around it. The A10 to me looks quite industrial, if for want of a better term. It doesn't look like a conventional aeroplane. You've got this twin tail, wide wings, cranked wing with these pods at the front, which are the landing gear bay, and then they've got the refueling point on one side, and then they've got electronics in the other side. And then they've got those engine pods. It's almost like something out of World War II, really, but just with a hint of modern stature to it. Quite a weird looking aeroplane, very cool aeroplane to see in action as well. I've seen the odd one at air shows and stuff, and they are a mean machine. If you see one of these coming towards you, and if you're the bad guy, you're about to have a very bad day. So yeah, overall really nice kit so far. Fit generally okay. I mean, most is dry fitted, but it does seem to line up pretty well. Cockpit's a little bit basic, but I'm going to be having the canopy closed on this. But yeah, I really like it, and yeah. So that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up now. So just a short update, and I'm not going to make any promises anymore with what I do, because you know, things just fall by the wayside, and other things crop up and stuff. So so whatever the next video is going to be, who knows? But I hope you like this update for now, and I'll catch you on the next video. Okay, bye.